you stop the music here and get us professional? Can you get us professional right now? Yeah, thank you, Cash. That's kind of basically what I'm going to say, but I'm going to expound upon that, Cash, in the way in which I do best. All right, please, please, please. And welcome to the Inside Star Review, the only show on the internet that really goes over what it is we're dealing with in game development with Star Citizen, live here with the fam on the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, try and get here. It's a fun time. We always have a great time as we watch. Off the cuff remarks, opinions. Yes, we're very opinionated here. Sometimes you're going to like it. Sometimes you're not. That's just the nature of the beast. But it's the fun part is being able to sit down and enjoy it with friends. And that's what we do here on the show. And we go over things that concern us, debate a lot of different types of things, and just poke fun, have a good time. Let's watch it. Apparently, the fam's telling me this one's about refueling. It is entitled Fuel Injection. So let's check it out. I'm sure we're going to get it possibly into some refinement. Let's see. I'm not quite sure exactly what it's going to be.
The experience we're trying to build with refueling is a bit of an interconnectedness between the players.
It's the first player-to-player trade that we will offer in the game.
Refueling is another support career that we think is very important for Star Citizen.
Yes.
Until now,
with the news about probing, by the way, this is what happens on the show a lot. There's a lot of pausing and talking. So if you're not cool with that, there's the door. You're not watching the right show. You shouldn't be here. We like to talk. We like to have a good time. But with the news that I'm hearing about probing and setting different types of quantum travel, it sounds as if we're going to be able to be a little bit more mobile in a solar system, which is something I've been looking forward to. Which also means that you're going to need more fuel on the go, in demand, in space, and might run out more probabilistically than if you didn't have that type of gameplay inserted into there. So with organizations that are involved with refueling, I think this is good news for you guys.
Ships were pretty much able to get fuel out of the thin air.
Dan Truth.
And that was not the goal for all ships. That was supposed to be something very specific to certain ships that have that functionality. Right now, all of the ships that, let's say, are basic fighter ship, they're not going to have that functionality. They will have to rely on someone bringing fuel to them. Good.
And when your ship runs out of fuel, you're sitting there like a dead duck, and you know how it is when you're Eva and you're out and you're not able to move around very fast, and it sucks really bad, and you're sitting there like a lame duck. And you know what? If people are going to cry about that, like, I want an easy way to get back. No. It's not going to be easy. This is not an easy game. And this is why it's going to be great if you're an organization that deals with... Are the Fuel Rats coming into Star Citizen as well? The Fuel Rats are an organization in Elite Dangerous. Are they coming in also into Star Citizen? They should. That would be great. They are very professional. Yeah, they are very professional, Max. Probably one of the best around. They are very dependable in the Elite Dangerous community. That'd be great if they came over to Star Citizen. So, but I don't want people crying about this. This is part of the gameplay, and if you're stranded out in space because you didn't plan enough fuel for yourself, that's space, baby. That's space, baby.
In our first iteration of refueling right now, we sadly don't have the quantum beacon set up yet. So if you run out of fuel, you ask for someone in chat who owns a Starfarer to come by and refuel you.
Right, Wolf. There we go.
This person with a Starfarer needs to get fuel from any station.
Instead of buying it into the ship's fuel tank, you buy it into the Starfarer's fuel pods, which can be filled either with quantum fuel or hydrogen fuel, depending on
I'm liking what I'm seeing right
whatever is
here.
the need on the market.
We do this through the...
Is that new UI on the Starfarer? Because I haven't been in a Starfarer in a long time. That is really fucking cool. If you guys own a Starfarer, plus with the revamp on the interior that's happening, I would be very happy if I were a Starfarer owner right now. That's very much needed love. Looks really cool. That is detailed information. That is very cool.
On the market.
We do this through the current service app that we have updated.
I do play
so
all the time
to repair and refuel your ships before. Now you will have some extra controls that will let you decide what goes inside a fuel tank.
Cool prizes this month, by the way.
Once you have purchased the fuel and you want to adjust the price that the others have to pay for the fuel that you have in your Starfarer now.
At this point, the refueler player has to fly all the way to where the person is stranded, in the middle of nowhere, and the docking operation can begin.
Oh, look at that fuel arm. So sexy. I can hear the music right now.
Once they have docked with you, they use the same mobile class interface to make a request for fuel.
Very cool. Now, wait. Can I set my own pricing? Thank you, Jilded. Welcome to the super ultra elite committed family. He just made the decision. Thank you. I love alerts like that. I like seeing that. Can we please set pricing? Does anybody have that information here? I'm sorry that I don't know this, but like, since we are alive, he did. Okay, thank you. No, that's all. I trust you, Tripow.
Yeah, we're introducing something called an escrow service that basically takes the money for the transaction and only starts paying it out as the transaction advances. So if for whatever reason you either...
All right, everybody wants me to rewind. Let's do it. Hold on a second. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on. Okay, right there. Okay.
Once they have docked with you, they use the same mobile class interface to make a request for fuel. Yeah, we're introducing something called an escrow service that basically takes the money for the transaction and only starts paying it out as the transaction advances. So if for whatever reason you either cancel the transaction,
I was going to say I didn't see anything there. Hold on, how way before are we? Like, where are we? I mean, like, you know, I feel like this is interrupting the show here. You know, like, I'm just going to play it. I'm just going to play it. God damn it. What's up, Ostentatious? What's up, Cry? How you guys doing?
That basically takes the money for the transaction and only starts paying it out as the transaction advances. So if for whatever reason you either cancel the transaction or pirates show up and you have to do an emergency undock, there should be no money loss as fuel is paid for as it is dispensed.
Once the payment request was received on the Starfarer, you have to open the dedicated fuel pods that hold the dedicated fuel for that transfer and activate the nozzle.
Which is why it's going to be important to have yourself an engineer. It's going to be important to have your stations filled in your Starfarer so the shit is like correct and done professional. Because if it is not and somebody's paying and they don't get their fuel right away, that looks bad on you, which is great. Because that means that you have to be skilled and know what you're doing and plan ahead, have a good crew. This brings about like realism. I love that. I love it.
You have to remember that the target ship will only take as much fuel as they have actually paid for. So if you...
it's a mobile gas station, just like we wanted.
For 500 units of quantum.
Just like we wanted.
And you open the nozzle at full throttle and, send 2,000 their way, well, most of that fuel is just going to spill into space and you're going to lose it. And so there's a bit of, yes, people want somebody who's very fast and efficient, but don't burn your own fuel.
Once the entire fuel was delivered to the docked ship, the attached ship can undock and both parties can go their way.
Did you guys see that? That was really badass. I love that. Man, the more real and complicated it gets, the more I absolutely love it. Yeah, avoid the leakage. Yep.
Right now, we are still iterating a lot over the UI parts. What we don't want to do is throw all the data directly in your face. It should all be readable and accessible for all the players.
Yep, easy UI.
As we keep delving further and further into other solar systems, we
guys
do
have been
not
waiting
want
all
to create
day for
this
this,
gamey
haven't you?
thing where there's always fuel for everything. There's always everything you need.
You might end up in systems where there is nothing. There is no civilization at all. There are no stations. There are not even people.
There
Very
needs to be
explodable.
that scarcity of resources, and if you want to get a major endeavor going, you have to think of all the logistics of it, and fuel is one big part of that.
Refueling.
Mobile refining, being able to do that with the Starfarer makes this thing a money machine. It is a mobile gas station, and you're going to need like a security force around you. You're going to need to hire security or have your own in your organization flying around you, because Killian is right. I feel like the Starfarer is going to be one of those big old easy targets that we're all accustomed to in space sims that you knock out with a couple shots because you hit the tanks and move. And you know what? I think that's how they're going to plan it too. So, be very careful, riding around in this, this bad boy, because it's probably, it's ignitable, if you know what I mean. So you're definitely going to want to bring around people that know what they're doing, like an Avenger 1, like to protect your ass while you're flying around in it. But it could be very profitable. Yeah, you can have a couple arrows around there. You pick your squad you want, flying protection for you, but like that could be super profitable. This is one thing I've been talking about from the very beginning, is like compositions of your fleet. A Crucible, which repairs ships, next to a Starfarer, which refuels them. Those two are like made for one another. Also with the Vulture that salvages. Those three ships in any good kind of maintenance, refuel, repair fleet, I think that's the way you go. You just put those three ships together, and then you have enough ships around that can cover those things, and you're flying around the fucking verse all day long making money, and that money just flows out. Money's coming to you directly. Literally, people are going there and paying you directly for when they need the services. There's going to be plenty of people as the player caps start to increase and more systems come online, that way in the future I can see these things making serious bank. So, like I said, I think the Starfarer with the Crucible and the Vulture, those three, man, boom, and you're making serious cash. You're able to do so much with those three ships in your squad, and you got to make sure you're protecting them.
Is the next major milestone for
That's
life
great
in the
too,
persistent
Cash, like
universe.
setting around
And
mines,
is
like in
making its
certain zones they want to be
long-awaited debut
stationary.
in Star Citizen's upcoming Alpha 317 release, as we continue our journey towards Pyro throughout this year. And up next, a new way to traverse the surface of any planet or moon. Let's find out more about the recently revealed hover quad from Consolidated Outland. Yeah, they can't buzz me now because everybody already knows.
The hover quad is... what do I want to say?
It is an all-terrain vehicle.
Did that room look awesome? The room that Crew is in looks like 50 times bigger than Crew right now. I feel like Crew has like some type of shrinking ray in there, and that he is like, honey, I shrunk myself in my room kind of thing going on. That's just some weird effect going on. He looks very small.
The word I want to use.
Like a very angry leprechaun.
Exactly what it sounds like.
Hovers.
So this is quite a bit different, both visually and philosophically, to a lot of our other ground vehicles.
Our other two Gravlevs, both
I love the new Gravlev
and shielded. The hover quad has neither. It's much more focused on the ability to travel across the surface of the planet rather than start fights or bring a friend along.
It's got an inventory on board, so anything small you find you can put on board.
Because it's got a wider wheelbase, so to speak, or bigger Gravlevs, it's able to account for those changing variables over a rocky surface. Whereas something like the Nox, yes, it can go like a bullet in a straight line, but if it catches something the wrong way, it's going to lose stability a lot quicker than...
Okay, and let's be real here. A lot of work still needed on the flight model. A lot of work still needed on the physics before we talk about, the physics of this hover quad.
The hover quad.
Let's be real. I'm very happy at the upgrade in the grav lev, though. It is a little bit easier in terms of
we've
like
actually had in the pipeline
working
for
with it.
Quite a while. Was
not always
nice
hitting the fucking rocks.
Add-on that we did as part of the Consolidated Outlands Nomad concept development.
The original concept for the Nomad was designed with the hover quad in the back. So that was one of the big concerns we had when developing the vehicles, to make sure that it could in fact fit in the back and you can drive it in the back.
I don't know if you watched Black Maze's video, but you can also put a P-52 in the back of that and mount it and basically dock it in back. And a Nomad snub fighter. Black Maze made a video that was really hilarious. We watched. It was really funny. They literally fit a P-52 on the back in there, and it stayed, and it stayed. So it was actually quite cool. Max saw it. yeah.
A good sort of use case for this is you've landed on a planet in your parent vehicle, but for whatever reason you do not want to carry on in that vehicle, or the place you want to actually go is just too compact, maybe down a cave. So you need something to transport you to your destination.
This kind of gives you the ability to
that looks
really
otherworldly.
enjoy and feel the environment more than you would when you're 6,000 feet above it, You're right there, you're down at the base, and you can touch and see and smell everything around you.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that refueling brings with it a new journey towards additional support mechanics in Star Citizen.
I'm not happy with that. Way too short. We're only in the second episode this season, this new year. Way too short. No. 8 minutes and 36 seconds. This is unacceptable. People are paying subscriptions, monthly subscriptions. 8 minutes is way too short. Oh, no. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. This is not what I want. I want more than this.
Citizen's persistent universe. That it's time to dust off your
Gotta keep it real, yo.
ahead
Gotta
of the next
keep it
big
real.
race like the Stand-in 7 or the Daymar Rally. And that the hover quad is here to expand the universe's Gravlove offerings. Now, don't forget that Xenothreat is returning. Yep. Check out the recently published This Month in Star Citizen post on the robertspaceindustries.com website for details on everything that's happening in February. And tune into Twitch tomorrow to see Director of Graphics Engineering Allie Brown discuss all things.
I feel like they're very groggy after the break. This is how I'm feeling. Like, I'm feeling they're very groggy going into 2022. Anybody else have that feeling out there? They had this very long break going from Christmas into the new year. We're in February now. Now it's time to wake up, everyone. It's time to wake up, Cloud Imperium, right? We can't give the excuse that we are on this little break anymore. It's back to fucking work. Let's get serious mode 24/7. I want to see serious. You got the most money you've ever brought in. People are starting to really look at you a little bit more, with the magnifying glass. Now it's time to step it up. Cinch the tie, get professional. Let's not give any reason for people to start to start hemming and hawing right now. Because that's what's going to happen if this is what we're going to get. That face is how I feel. I do not want a 2022 feeling like this. You understand? I feel like that's an emote ready to go right there. 2022. 2021, awesome year for Star Citizen. One of the most underappreciated years, and they got so much done. 2022, I don't know, Jared. I don't want to feel this way. This is how I feel after watching this episode. This sums it up right here, everybody. This absolutely sums up the way that I feel after this episode. Listen, I love the news about the Starfarer, okay? Let's keep it positive. Thank you, Harrison. Perfect alert right there. Really is. We're going to try and keep it positive, but I want us to remember this face, and I want us just to be vocal and just say, hey, we don't want a 2022 Jared Sourface year. We don't want that.
Graphical on Star Citizen Live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah, love the news about the Starfarer. Listen, guys. Yeah. Like, I've got a lot to say at the after party about the roadmap. We're going to go over quite a bit at the after party, which we're here now. We're going to after party mode. You know, we need to lift our spirits up and be happy after what we watched. Listen, the Starfarer was great, but man, that kind of ended off on a sour note right there. It did. So I'm going to lift things up and do what I do. That's right. Right, Sli-Fi. Welcome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that level of commitment right there. Decided to subscribe. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. Taking DG360 more seriously. I'm taking you more seriously, Sli-Fi. Where do you live? Who's in your family? Who are you married to? Do you have a pet? No. Okay. Listen to me. Let's get... All right, if you're watching on YouTube, you know what to do. Hit the like button. This is the review show, Inside Star Citizen Review. Smash it, break the algorithm, comment. I love seeing this hit on YouTube and seeing what people have to say about everybody they read right here in the chat. That's here live. Try make it to the live show. We appreciate you guys. And, for those watching on YouTube, we're going to the party mode. Pepe, hit us up in the party mode.